I know it hurts right now, but you're not alone. We'll get through this together, I promise.
It all started on a stormy night, the kind that makes even the tallest skyscrapers feel small. Alexander Reed sat alone in his empty penthouse. Once one of the most powerful billionaires in the city, the man who owned tech companies, private jets, and entire buildings, now had nothing left but silence. His business empire had crumbled overnight after a scandal he didn't cause but couldn't escape. Investors vanished. Friends disappeared. The media called him a fraud. He hadn't eaten properly in days. He barely slept. The man who once inspired millions couldn't even look in the mirror. Every morning, the only person who still came was Maria, his cleaning lady. She was in her late 40s, quiet, always humming old songs as she dusted his bookshelves and opened the curtains. She'd been with him for years, invisible when life was good, yet somehow still there when everyone else was gone. One morning, she found him sitting on the floor, surrounded by torn letters and unpaid bills. "Mr. Reed," she said softly, "you can lose your fortune, but you haven't lost your purpose." He looked up, his voice breaking. "Purpose? Maria, I lost everything. I can't even pay you anymore." Maria smiled faintly. "I'm not here for money. I clean places for a living, but I've learned something. Dirt never stays forever. You just have to start wiping, little by little, until it's gone." Those words hit him harder than any business lesson ever had. The next morning, she brought him coffee. Cheap, homemade, but warm. She told him stories of how she once lost her husband and raised 2 kids by cleaning offices at night. You don't rebuild by thinking big. You rebuild by starting small. Inspired, Alexander began again. He sold what little he had left and started coding in his apartment, creating a new software tool, simple but useful. Maria became his first employee, testing it on her old phone. Within months, the product began attracting attention online. Investors called again, not because of his name, but because of his work. 2 years later, Alexander launched his new company, not as a billionaire, but as a man reborn. When reporters asked him what changed his life, he said, "A cleaning lady reminded me that dust only wins if you stop cleaning." Maria stood beside him that day, smiling, proud, and still humming her favorite tune.